Section 83 of the Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri, translated by Courtney Langdon. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Paradiso, Canto 16. The Fifth Heaven. Mars. The Happiness of Heroism. The Old and New Population of Florence.
O thou, our small nobility of blood, that thou shouldst make some people boast of thee down here, where languid our affections are, will never be to me a wondrous thing. For there, where love turns not aside, in heaven I mean, even I myself was proud of thee. Thou truly art a cloak which soon grows short, so that from day to day, if thou be not patched out, time goes around thee with its shears. Hence with the yew which Rome the first endured, and in whose use her race least perseveres, my words began again. Whence Beatrice, who at a little distance from me stood, by smiling here, resembled her who coughed at the first fault ascribed to Guinevere. You are my father, I began to say, you to my speech complete assurance give. You so uplift me that I'm more than I. My mind is by so many brooklets filled with joy, that it congratulates itself that without breaking it can stand the strain. Tell me then, you my dear progenitor, who were your ancestors, and what the years which in your boyhood's time were chronicled? And tell me of the sheepfold of St. John, how large it was, and who were in it then, that in the highest seats deserved to sit. As at the breathing of the winds a coal is quickened into flame, even so I saw at my endearing words that bright light glow. And to mine eyes, as fairer it became, so with a gentler and a sweeter voice, but not in this our modern form of speech, it said to me,
From that day on, when Hail was uttered, to the childbirth, when my mother, who now is sainted, was relieved of me who burdened her, this fire had to its lion 450 times returned, to light itself again beneath its paws. My first progenitors and I were born just there, where first the town's last ward is found, by him who runneth in your annual race. Let of my forebears this suffice to hear. For as to who they were, and whence came hither, silence is more commendable than speech. All those that tween Mars' statue and the Baptist, who at that time were able to bear arms, were but the fifth of those that live there now, but then its citizens, who now with men from Campi, Certaldo, and Figine mix, were in the lowest artisan seen pure. Oh, how much better it would be to keep as neighbours those to whom I here refer, and at Galuzzo and Trespiano mark our boundary, than have them in our town, and bear the stench of Aguglione's churl, and Signa's, who for graft hath sharpened eyes. If those who in the world are lowest fallen had not stepmother like to Caesar been, but kind as to her son a mother is, one such is now a Florentine, and barters and trades, who would have turned to Semifonti, where formerly his grandsire mounted guard. The Conti still would own their Montemurlo, the Cerchi and Accone's parish be, and in the Val di Greve still, perhaps, the Buondelmonti. Ever was the mixing of clans the fountain of the city's woe, as of the body's ill superfluous food, for sooner will a blinded bull succumb than will a blinded lamb, and one sword oft will cut both more and better than will five. If thou consider Luni and Urbisalia, how they have gone, and how now in their wake Chiusi and Sinigalia go their way, it will not seem or strange for thee or hard to hear how families degenerate, since even cities have their term of life. All your creations die as well as you, but death conceals itself in some that long endure, while individual lives are short. And as the turning of the lunar sphere covers and bears earth's shores without surcease, e'en so doth fortune deal with Florence. Hence it should not seem a wondrous thing to thee what I of those great Florentines shall say, whose fame is hidden in the folds of time. I saw the Ughi and saw the Catellini, Filippi, Greci, Ormani, and Alberici, though in decline, illustrious citizens, and I, as great as they were ancient, saw with him of La Sanella, him of Larca, the Soldanieri, Ardinghi, and Bostichi, over the gate, which is at present burdened with recent felony of such great weight that there will soon be jetsam from the bark, the Ravignani dwelt, from whom there sprung Count Guido, and whoever since his time hath noble Bellincione's name assumed. He of La Presa knew already how to rule, and Gallicaio in his house already had a gilded hilt and pummel. Mighty already were the column of the Ver, Sacchetti, Luocchi, Fifanti, and Barucci, the Galli, and those that for the bushel blush. The stock whence the Calfucci sprang was great already, while already were the Sizzi and Arrigucci raised to curule chairs. And oh, how great I saw those now undone through arrogance! Then, too, the golden balls decked Florence forth in all her mighty deeds. So likewise fared the ancestors of those who, when your church is vacant, always fatten by staying in consistory together. The haughty race, which like a dragon deals with those that flee, and unto those that show their teeth or purse is peaceful as a lamb, was rising now, but from so low a clan that Ubertine Donati was displeased, when by his own wife's father made their kin. Already had the Caponzacco dropped from Fiesole into the market, while as townsmen good were Guida and Infangato. I'll tell a thing incredible and true. The small ring then was entered by a gate which from the Della Pera took its name. Each one who bears that mighty baron's arms, whose name and whose renown the festival of Thomas keepeth green, received from him knighthood and privilege, though he to-day consorteth with the people, who surrounds them with a border. Both the Gualterotti and Importuni were already there, and now their Borgo would more quiet be, if from new neighbours it were fasting still. The family which to your tears gave birth, through the just scorn which brought about your death and put an end to your once happy life, was honoured in itself and in its kin. How, Buondelmonte, ill-advised thou wast to flee their marriage, counselled by another! Many would happy be who now are sad, if God had to the Ama granted thee, when coming for the first time into town. But Florence to that mutilated stone which guards the bridge must needs a sacrifice afford, when in her final hour of peace. With these same families, and others with them, Florence I saw in such a state of rest, that no occasion had she then for tears. With these same families I saw her then, so glorious and so righteous, that the lily was never set upon a staff reversed, nor made, because of her divisions, red.
End of Paradiso, Canto 16.